Modesty is a fundamental principle in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. These religions emphasize the importance of humility and inner piety. They encourage followers to dress and behave in ways that reflect these values. Head coverings for women in particular have a long and significant history in these faiths. In Christianity, head coverings are seen as a symbol of reverence and submission to God. The Apostle Paul in his letter to the Corinthians writes, "Every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head." This verse has been interpreted by many Christian denominations as a mandate for women to cover their heads during prayer and worship. Jewish women also observe head coverings as a sign of respect and modesty. The practice of married women covering their hair is rooted in Jewish law and tradition. It is seen as a way to demonstrate their marital status and to maintain a sense of privacy and humility. Islam similarly emphasizes modesty in dress for both men and women. The hijab, a headscarf worn by Muslim women, is a visible manifestation of this principle. The Quran instructs both men and women to dress modestly. For women, this includes covering their hair and body. The hijab is seen as a symbol of faith, identity, and respect. Modesty in women's dress is not unique to Abrahamic religions. It has been a recurring theme throughout history and across various cultures. Ancient civilizations from Mesopotamia to Greece and Rome placed a high value on women's modesty. In ancient Mesopotamia, women of higher status wore veils as a sign of respectability. In ancient Greece, women were expected to dress modestly and cover their heads in public. Roman matrons similarly wore veils as a symbol of their virtue. Throughout the Middle Ages, head coverings for women remained common in Europe. Christian women often wore veils or wimples, while Jewish women continued to cover their hair after marriage. These examples demonstrate that modesty in women's dress has been a widely accepted norm across different historical periods and geographical regions. Despite the long and diverse history of head coverings for women, the hijab has become a particular target of bias and discrimination in recent times. This is particularly evident in certain Western countries, where there has been a rise in Islamophobia and anti-Muslim sentiment. France's recent decision to ban athletes from wearing hijabs during the 2024 Paris Olympics is a stark example of this trend. This ban, justified on the grounds of secularism, has been widely condemned as discriminatory and Islamophobic. It violates the fundamental right to freedom of religion and expression. Such bans reflect a deep-seated prejudice against Muslim women who choose to wear the hijab. They perpetuate harmful stereotypes and create a climate of fear and exclusion. In a world grappling with increasing polarization and intolerance, it is crucial to uphold the values of respect, tolerance, and understanding. Women's choices regarding their clothing, including the decision to wear or not wear a hijab, should be respected and protected. The hijab is often a deeply personal and spiritual choice for Muslim women. It is an expression of their faith and identity. Denying them this right is not only discriminatory, but also undermines the principles of religious freedom and personal autonomy. Instead of imposing bans and restrictions, societies should strive to create inclusive spaces where people of all faiths and backgrounds feel valued and respected. This includes respecting the choices that individuals make about their own bodies and attire. Only then can we build a truly fair and equitable society.